The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Rav Simcha Cook, that was the Rav of Recholos, he was nifter, and not long ago, and he once said like this: the Panovich Rav by Yarchei Kala, Panovich Rav got up there and he said this story. He said that when he was learning in Radin, they gave him a chavrusa, and the chavrusa was a good head, but the Panovich Rav was a genius, and he said, they weren't on the same level. He was learning, it's like if I would learn with Rafal. Rafal would be way ahead of me. I would learn with Mordechai. It would be a joke, I'm telling you. So, he told him after, he said, he was still working out the Gemara, and the Panovich Rav was ready in Taisus. He was working out Taisus, Panovich Rav was working out the Rosh Hashanah already. So he told him after one Zaman, they learned together, he said, listen, we'll be friends, but I don't think it's a shidduch. What? I don't think it's a shidduch. And he's very tzibrachim. He says, we'll be friends. You could talk to each other. It's not tragedy, not like a divorce, That's how the Panovich Rav felt. Friday he's learning in the shul. Friday night, late, he's learning in the shul. And he goes up to the Ezras Nashim because it's empty. There's still some candles there. And he sees downstairs, suddenly somebody comes in, opens up the parachas, and he puts his head into the Aron Kodesh, which you can't do today because there are safes. But in those days you were able to do it. And he says, Hashem, please don't let me lose this chavrusa, please. I don't blame him, but please. So he said he was so taken by it that he told him, okay, we're in. We're in for another Zman. And the Panovich Rav said that Zman, this chavrusa, grew to such a level that the Panovich Rav said, every shir I say, I take into account he learned Pshat in that Taisus. He made me rethink how I learned everything. He was Machaber Svarim. So they asked him, who is it? I can't tell you. So Simcha Cook said, I followed the Panovich Rav home. Panovich Rav got into his house, and I stuck my foot into the door, and I didn't let him close the door. Do you ever do that to anyone, Moshe? Stick your foot into a door and close. I stuck my foot into the door, and let him close the door. He says, hey, what's with you? I want to close the door. I'm going to sleep. Nope. Can you take your foot away from the door? No. What do you want? Tell me who it was. Till you tell me who it was, I'm not taking my foot out of the door. So he says, the Panovich Rav told me who he was. They said, who was it? He said, I can't tell you. So if Simcha Cook walked home, and there's a Yishalayim Dike Yidel, his name is Rav Yidel Eisenstadt, and he follows Rav Simcha Cook home, and as Rav Simcha Cook is about to walk in, he puts his foot by the door. He goes, I have to close the door. He says, no, you're not. Tell me who it was. He says, what's with you? You put your foot on the door, you let me close the door. He says, I know a story of a Gavra Rabbah that did that, and I'm following in his footsteps. You know what I mean? No pun intended. So he said he had no choice because he had to go to sleep, and I was determined to spend the night there, my foot in the door. It's better than your foot in your mouth, right? And he told me who it was, Rav Chanan Wasserman, right? The biggest Goinim of all times. So it doesn't mean that if we're going to, when you open up Melech Minimum says you open up the door, you open up the Aron Kodesh tomorrow morning, and you say Baruch Shemay, you can also daven. You have to stick your head into the parachas. You're close enough. It's a different world.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org